Rockies on a beautiful Sunday afternoon next. Howdy. What's up? Aha. This is Fizzy going to talk back. Okay. How did you want to do the same?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 6, 4, 3. Where's Kurtenbach today? Is he with us?
No. It was military day today. They had young cadets who were signing on for their military career on the field, raising their hand, putting their and pledging their allegiance
Yeah, it's
to the
really
United States service.
Fresh. We appreciate them and what they do. Serve our country. What a nice thing they do for the military here on Sundays.
Cam Pendleton just up the road, and they had a little flyover. And now the Padres have taken the field, and they are being greeted by several Marine sergeants. There's Whit Merrifield, who will lead things off for Kansas City, and we'll get our second look at Ramon Torres at second base, hitting second.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea to give Bonifacio a little bit of time, a little bit of breathing room out there. Put Whitley out in right. Good idea.
A young man by the name of Dinelson Lamet will be the pitcher, and I understand he has an overpowering fastball but did not command it very well in his last start.
And that's typical for a lot of young pitchers as they're learning their way, especially on this team here, the San Diego Padres. They're developing. You see his ERA just under 7. Fastball, he likes it now, but so does the league so far, 391. He doesn't have a lot of experience. He just has 13 innings coming in. Slider's his out pitch, so if he can command the fastball and get ahead of hitters, that's what he'll be using to get him out. Defensively, Luis Torrens, how about him? This guy right here is a pretty good catcher, although they have another A catcher. This backup here is doing a nice job, 10 for 10 in steals this year he's caught. Got a good arm.
He is one of 3 Rule 5 picks that made it onto the roster. Diaz started yesterday. Cordoba also got the start on Friday, and Torrens goes today. Our umpires, Carlos Torres will be behind home plate. The crew chief is Dana DeMuth. He is at second base. And Dinelson Lamet, tall right-hander, 6'4", 190, continues to throw on the mound and gets ready to face Whit Merrifield. And Lamet is a guy who has struck out 19 in his 13 innings. He replaced Jared Weaver in the starting rotation, as San Diego has 12 players in the disabled list, including 5 starting pitchers: Weaver, Kozar, Erlin, Cahill, Rea. So it's been trouble.
And I'll say, I mean, the fact that we're missing just 2, that makes that sound a lot better, doesn't it?
Danny Duffy and Nathan Carnes for the Royals still on the disabled list, and Lamet brings strike 1. And Whit Merrifield, he is 2 for 7 in this series with a couple of RBIs and now 20 on the season.
The man has good mound presence. Talking with Darren Bosley, their pitching coach, about this young guy, he said, you know what, he's mature beyond his years. He's got good composure.
Fly ball to right. Matt Caesar will make the catch and 1 out.
Whitley's been hitting those long, high fly balls in his first at bat in the 3 games here. Every one. He's hit 1 to center in game 1. Game 2, he went to center. He just quite hadn't found that home run stroke. Anyway, I was talking about this kid Lamet. Good athlete, fields his position well, and if he can just get out there and command that fastball, you know, his slider is a great strikeout weapon. So the Royals will be looking for the heater right there. Downhill angle, 96. That's above average.
Ramon Torres said he faced him in the minor league, so he has some experience against the right-hander, and then he pulls it foul. Ramon had 2 hits in his major league debut, became the first Royal to record his first 2 hits from both sides of the plate in his major league debut. How about that?
Nah, it was special. Anybody's debut is, but to get 2 knocks, wow.
I like his approach, trying to go to the opposite field.
Yeah, and he's not trying to do too much either. See, he's just got the right idea. He's not trying to impress and hit a homer. You know, he just wants to put the bat on the ball. He's got good hands. Hands as a fielder is good, but they relate to the plate as well.
Again, taking a shot at the opposite field, fouls it off, so he is 0-2 down to Dinelson Lamet, who was a strikeout pitcher, came in with 19 and 13 innings. He went 5 innings in his first 2 major league starts. And there's a grounder back to Lamet, and he'll toss out Torres, and 2 out.
You know, Lamet, he didn't get much of an opportunity. He only had 1 start this spring. And Andy Green, the skipper of the Padres, you know, really didn't get an opportunity to use it. He's young.
And Hud, he's an older prospect. You see, 24 years of age. He signed with San Diego in June of 2014. Almost signed with the Philadelphia Phillies back in 2012, but had a problem with his documentation that prevented the deal from being completed. So he had to wait a few years.
Yeah, 24. You know, it is for a prospect. That's old, but really for the big leagues, he's young. And if he misses out over the plate, hitters let you know.
Well, Kane had the big game yesterday with a couple of home runs, driving in 5, including his 2nd grand slam. And as you said in the open, a couple of leanbacks.
That's right. The low Kane leanback. But you know, yesterday's game was on Fox Sports 1. You didn't get invited to come, but I was able to catch the replay this morning. Oh, I got all excited for our big inning there. And Locane with a slam, first one of the year. Oh, timely.
Now Lamet coming inside on Lorenzo and missing, so there it is, ball 4. So he'll have to face Hosmer here in the first.
26th walk.
And as we take a look at our Toyota League leaders, you'll see that Eric Hosmer continues to move up in the American League charts. He is now 6th in the AL and base hits with 73. How about Corey Dickerson with 81?
He's having a year, Fizz. Sometimes when you get out of the blocks quickly and you hit some homers, you gain confidence, and then you just steamroll right on through the year. That is amazing. Anything goes. Their defense is straight up in the infield, slight pull in center field. I mean, excuse me, slight opposite field.
Ball gets away, and Kane will take second base. We told you Torrens came up in the Yankee system, and he was Rule 5. That means the Padres have to keep him on the roster, even though he's not ready to be a big leaguer.
Catcher. Yeah, the catcher. Yeah, but he's got a heck of an arm. And you know, when you're a team like the Padres that's totally redeveloping and trying to find the right young people to hopefully get a world championship like the Royals did, you're gonna bring a few of those guys in.
Hosmer, very good series thus far, 4 for 8 with that opposite field home run. And he takes a mighty rip and a pretty good slider.
Tell you what, sure, a lot of big compliment coming from the Padres manager Andy Green about the Royals. He says, man, we want to copy exactly what they did. He hasn't had a chance to meet Dayton. I told him that, you know, he made some great trades. He did it through the draft. You know, acquired some leaders during those crucial seasons. You have to have all those guys.
The Royals lately, with runners in scoring position, have been very good. The last 10 games hitting .349. Highest batting average in the month of June.
Be nice if they could get Junis the lead before he even toes the slab here.
That one gets away, so another wild pitch, and now Kane is at third base.
Yep, he pulled it, and you know, commanding the fastball with a big pitch like that can be a problem at times. And, you know, all you can do is work with them, like Darren Balsley, their pitching coach. He works with these guys, but until you get into a big league game and facing big league hitters, you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, his first 2 starts were good. His last one, he really felt like he was going too fast, speeding up a little bit, and losing control of his fastball, and it looks like he's done that early from the stretch after getting 2 quick outs with Merrifield and Torres.
You give Haas a cookie here.
And Eric will dump one into left field, and the Royals do take the early 1-0 lead. Eric with his 24th RBI.
Haas, you know what, 3-1. He had an idea the young man was going to try to get back in there. A little 2-seamer right over the middle. Just took a nice, easy inside-out swing. Just did the job. That's all you need to do. Look at Locane. He's just saying, way to go, Haas. Way to pick me up.
Now Salvador Perez. He hit his 100th home run in his Royals career yesterday in the Royals 12-6 victory. And he laces this one to left. That's a base hit. Hosmer will turn second, but hold there. And from the stretch, Lamet hasn't gotten a Royal out yet.
Salvador Perez is all-star worthy. Believe it. Watch this. Oh, a little breaking ball that came in there by hand. The lefty, he tried to sneak a little breaker in there. Just can't do it. Salvi got up underneath it, lifted it out of here big time for his 13th of the season.
And another guy who is all-star worthy is stepping to the plate right now, and Mike Moustakas, who has been very hot the last couple of weeks. He had the walk-off home run on Tuesday in the victory of the Astros. 15 home runs, 34 driven in, 2 on, with 2 out.
Ambush him.
Yeah! And he does. Wow. An absolute monster shot by Mike Moustakas on the very first pitch he sees.
Pass out a set of earplugs up here. I don't know how loud it was down there, but that's what you do when you got a young right-hander that throws hard. First pitch, you see him, ambush him. Oh, didn't he? Moose, good easy swing. Look at that. Looked like he's in a backyard swinging a wiffle ball bat. Unbelievable. It's not that easy. He makes it look easy. There you go, Jake Junis. How about a 4-0 lead, and they're not done with 2 outs here. Let's see if they can get more.
How about that? He gets 2 quick outs, then a walk, 2 wild pitches, a single, a home run, and now Escobar takes a mighty rip after belting his first home run of the year. So Mike Moustakas is now with 16 home runs. He has the team lead in RBIs with 37. Want to get into their confidence. San Diego has lost 6 of their last 7. Check swing on the slider. They appeal. He did not go. So Lamet, pitch count rising right now to 23. And remember, the Padres use a lot of their bullpen. They did go to the minor leagues to bring up a youngster today. And then he blows him away with a fastball up. But the Royals get 4 in the first, highlighted by Mike Moustakas' 3-run blast.
Let the Bombardier open up those Bombay doors.
At 4-0, and now the Padres come to the plate, and they'll be leading things off with Jose Perella, who was outstanding in the minor leagues. Got the call up, and he's 9 for his last 18. Myers back in there after getting yesterday off, and Matt Caesar gets a start. He had a big home run on Friday. On the mound, Jacob Benjamin Lee Junis.
Tell you what, that they spotted him a 4-run there. His offense did. That's really a good thing, especially with Junis.
What's his key?
His key is going to be to get ahead of the hitters, command the fastball, and then finish them off by expanding in the zone. Ooh, man.
This kid stays hot.
He hit that right through Moose, and he attacked it. Look at that. I mean, you know, they call that the reacting position. Sometimes the hit speed of these young men, man, you can't just even knock it down. Our forward around the horn Royals defense. We're going to show you Ramon Torres' second major league start, but the Royals, I tell you, they've been playing outstanding defense with a fielding percentage at .991, which is the best in Major League Baseball.
Fewest errors in the game with only 20. That's 24 fewer than San Diego. Frenchie Cardero is the batter. And he hits one to right field. With Merrifield races over to make the catch, and Pirela back to first base.
Okay, good communication there between Merrifield and Locate. That was a tweener. Junis' fastball, slider, curve, and a changeup. 61%. He's heavy with the fastball, but he's been finding too much to the plate. Dave Island said if he could try to keep it out of the middle for the most part, and then expand his secondary pitches. That's the word Dave used for Junis to have success today.
Because he was really solid with his command down in the minor leagues, and Dave talked about his 8 walks and 42 1/3 innings, and he averaged 12 strikeouts per 9 at AAA.
Whether you're young or old, Fizz, and you're a pitcher, your best pitch is strike one, and when you get ahead, that really sets the tone. So last Tuesday versus the Astros, he struggled in that department and got some guys on. He missed it in the middle, and for a powerful team, and any team for that matter, they'll hit you.
Allowed 7 runs in 3 2/3 innings. That was the great comeback by Kansas City, trailing 7-1, and they rallied to win it 9-7 on the Moustakas walk-off home run. Now the most dangerous batter in the San Diego lineup in Will Myers. Came up in the Royals organization, traded to Tampa Bay to acquire James Shields and Wade Davis, who helped lead the Royals to the postseason. Back-to-back World Series in 14-15. Myers, high drive left field. Gordon, though, has it measured and makes the catch. Two flyouts after the single.
Good healthy cut there. Fortunately, just got under it. Salvi's out there right now talking to Junis, saying, hey now, we worked hard to get you a lead here in the first inning. Don't mess around and leave any pitches out over the middle of the plate. Let's try to keep the ball down, use that defense in the infield.
Now Jan Harvis, Solarte, .254 average with 5 home runs. Put up career highs in home runs last year with 15 and RBIs with 71, despite almost 130 fewer plate appearances compared to 15. Junis was the Royals' 29th round pick in 2011 out of Rock Falls, Illinois High School. He had agreed to a scholarship at North Carolina State, but the Royals were able to give him a good deal. Jake, in the times that we've seen him, has been mainly fastball, slider, very few curves and changeups.
Get in there. That's it. Make him swing the bat.
And you know, it's interesting. Dave told me that, Dave Island, our pitching coach, said that when Jake came up, he was more of a curveball guy, but at spring training they work with him in the slider, and that's become his best secondary pitch.
That's what Dave was talking about when he meant expand. You get that heater in there, get ahead, and then expand in the zone. He's falling behind here early. But, you know, he's got a couple of outs. Dave would like to get some length out of Junis if at all possible.
You because Skoglund didn't go that far on Friday. Ian Kennedy did go 6 last night. Royals would like to rest that bullpen. They do have tomorrow off, as they'll have games in San Francisco on Tuesday, Wednesday before going to Anaheim.
Dave said there was a couple relievers that weren't available, but they should have enough to man the winning series today. That's what they're hoping. You know, the Royals could somehow find a way to win 6 games on this road trip here would be special. They need him. This is a big time. You know, June, they've got to win a majority of these games on the West Coast.
One at a time.
Yep.
Strike in there to even the count at 1-1. And Hud, I was taking a look at what Jake did after the Royals sent him out after he won that game in Tampa Bay in relief. He only walked 1 batter and struck out 21, so you know the command is there.
He just has to transfer it from there to here.
No play on, and no reason for San Diego to send the runners with 2 out.
No, it's all about the focus.
Advantage Junis at 1 ball 2 strikes.
Spangenberg hitting just 200 with runners in scoring position. That's a pretty good level swing. Has some speed. We saw him in game 1 bunt. You know, he has some bunting ability, but he's not going to try to do that now. He wants to knock a run in.
And he's been hot in this series. 5 for 8. Old foul.
He'll have to
May have
get
broken his bat.
New lumber. Bat boy's right there with the motor stick. How about that? Little motor stick right there. Put a little bit of that stick him on the handle. Get a good grip, along with his thumb guard on his left thumb. That's what hitters use to keep the friction down whenever they get jammed. That muscle, that big muscle there that supports the thumb. You get jammed enough, it'll start bugging you.
Try to tease him upstairs. Spangenberg was San Diego's first-round pick in 2011 out of junior college. Back up the middle, and Junis will make the play and toss him out. So we'll head to the 2nd inning, and Jake with a shutout first. 4-0 Royals here at Petco.
Jake Junis has a 4-0 lead, and first inning in the books for him. Joel Goldberg back down by the Royals dugout on the third base side, and for Jake, he's got a chance to get his first major league at bat coming up, and his pitching coach will have an eye on his hitting. Guys, how about the history of pitching coach Dave Island, as Junis waiting in the on-deck circle, and he is gonna be alive. Alex is here as that one drops.
He gets a rebate, Joel.
Yeah, the crowd didn't like that one, but Alex not upset with it at all. So in the case of Dave Island, guys, he had his first big league at bat in 1992 in San Diego at the old stadium, and what did he do? He homered off of Bobby Ojeda. First at bat as a pitcher, and he hits a home run. So he was saying that, hey, maybe Jake Junis will get a chance to do the same thing. Of course, Hud, you know that it was a bunch of firsts for Dave Island, because his first ever batter that he faced as a pitcher back in 1988, he gave up a home run to the future Hall of Famer Paul Molitor.
Yeah, Joel, and that puts him in select company. That means that he is the one and only in the history of baseball to ever do that. And your first batter and your first at bat, that's a beautiful thing.
And then he went on to pitch 7 shutout innings after giving up the home run to Molitor. Foul back our way, and Alex is getting underneath Lamet pitches. How
about the first 2 foul balls that Alex just hit? Both of them dropped on the dirt in play. He's going good. And the second one, Ibar was playing so far to shift that he was playing over second base. He couldn't get to the one down the left field line. But Myers, that ball, you know, he had a chance to catch that one.
And he has to call off the catcher, doesn't he?
He has priority over the catcher. Yeah, both corner fielders do. See, this is here. He's coming a long way, but he just kind of gave up on it, and it was right there. He couldn't pick it up. Now the sun could be a factor today, no question.
Alex swings and misses at a high off-speed pitch and strikes out. So back-to-back strikeouts for Lamet. Just a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, to look forward to Miller time later in today's game, brought to you by Miller Lite. Now here is Junis, who has not had an at-bat since he was at high school in Rock Falls, Illinois, but he was a really good player. As a matter of fact, the Royals weren't sure if he would be a position player, because he was a fine third baseman shortstop, and he said, growing up, all I thought about was being a major league shortstop. The Royals saw him more as a pitcher.
Nice report, Joel. Way to go. You know Dave Island, he's having flashbacks right now. That's right. He's saying, I remember Bobby Ojeda. I faced him a lot. I could never take him deep. Way to go, Dave. You got him. I didn't. I had about 35, 36 ABs off him, too.
Well, 35, 36 more than me.
Well, you just got a hacker to send you back. Junis, nice job here. He's laid off that good slider.
He hit .485 in high school with 10 home runs.
Okay.
But then not swinging in a few years. And Lamet strikes him out. So Jacob will not join his pitching coach as pitchers to homer in their first at bat. All he wants out of him is some solid innings.
Yeah, eat up some innings.
Mound.
Yeah, that's what they're looking for him. Leave the offense to the rest of the guys.
Now Merrifield, who has flied out to right, but came in hitting over .350 the last month. Once again showing his versatility, playing right field. Last week he's played second base, mainly left field and right.
Manager's delight. You got a player that can swing the bat every day and not be overexposed, but can play different positions. Oh, you can give a guy a rest. Somebody's struggling or needs a rest, and you can put a guy like Merrifield in there.
And he's really a perfect National League player.
Sure he is. He can play any position ever if he was a bench player, but he's not a bench player. This guy's an everyday guy. Role players in the National League get a lot of playing. After the 5th inning, you're going to be in the game somewhere because of the pitchers that need to be pinch hit for, and they need guys to go play defense.
And now working the count. And the Met.
Bravo.
Yeah. You could see that umpire Carlos Torres peeking under the feet of Torrens to see if he held on to it. He did not.
Just a little ticky too on there.
Now he does strike out the side, so nightmarish first, a wonderful second. Royals still lead 4-0. And when we come back, we'll see Caesar. For the big story, the Yankees are hot. They've won 5 in a row. And how about Aaron Judge? 490-foot shot. Today versus the Orioles, he has a major league leading 21 home runs.
Now, was that the one he had a hit speed record, highest?
Yesterday's was 120, which was the highest this year. I mean, that had to be at least about 115.
And he almost hit one 500 feet. Oh.
495, they said.
Yeah, that's almost.
Yep, you're right. Now Junis, he allowed 2 base runners in the first. Now facing Matt Caesar, who was with the Cubs last year. Junis has a 3-0 count, and Salvi walks out and pounds his glove, say, "Come on, let's find that strike zone." Salvi just setting the target right down the middle.
If you're down the middle, try to stay down below the knees, because they're able to lift those.
Time had been called.
But you don't want to give any free passes.
Caesar had that pinch hit home run on Friday that ended an 0 for 15 slide he had been on. Has always been an extra outfielder in the bigs, mainly with the Cubs. And Jake is able to come back from a 3-0 count to strike out Matt Caesar. And you know what? I can credit Salvador Perez the way he worked him. He was really encouraging him after every single pitch.
Well, you know, Salvi, he's the quarterback out there. Everybody follows him, including the veteran Jason Vargas. Vargas told me yesterday when I said, man, you know, you've been patterning your game after certain teams for certain hitters. You're really changing it up with your pitches, you know, throwing more curves, more change. He goes, I just follow El Nino, or Nino. He calls him Nino. And I said, Nino, who's that? Salvi. Salvi calls the game. I do all the preparation. Him and I do the preparation work, and then Nino takes over. Nino not being in the clubhouse, I don't know what they call him, you know. So who's Nino?
Yeah, when you talk to the coaches, they say that's one of the areas, the greatest growth of Salvador Perez, like any catcher, understanding the opposition, what they're trying to do, how to get a guy out, what's working for a certain pitcher. Wants a fastball up. Ibar's been hot in this series, 4 for 8, and he's always had good success against Kansas City going back to his days with the Angels.
That had to give Junis some confidence getting back into the count and getting back on an AB against Caesar.
Ibar hits it sharply, but there is Ramon to throw him out. Hey, Royals fans, schedule your summer vacation to join the team in Boston or LA. Royals Destinations provides fans with the ultimate game day experience with game tickets, sitting alongside fellow Royals fans, VIP ballpark access, a meet and greet reception with a current player, optional hotel accommodations, and more. To book one of these Royals Destinations experiences, visit royals.com/destinations or call 877-698-8695.
There's got to be some fans on this little West Coast swing here, Fizz. I saw some yesterday out around the boardwalk. They're saying we're going up to San Francisco too. What a good idea.
Well, Junis gets 2 quick strikes on Torrens.
How about Torrens? That last swing looked like he was swinging underwater. Little emergency hack.
And then he pops it up, shallow right. Merrifield there, and a quick 1-2-3 inning for Jake Junis.
Welcome back to Petco Park, and the view from afar above the Western Metal Supply Company building. Joel Goldberg up here, and we've seen some of the great spots, guys, from around the league. There's nothing like Fenway in left field, and while this ballpark might be new, like Fenway, this building itself is over 100 years old. So great perspective, a lot of things for fans to do up here. And Ramon Torres, we see him leading off, and quite honestly, it took me a second to see that that was a line out because of the view up here a little bit different. Guys, I want to tell you a little bit about Torres. He was signed by the Royals back on July 13th, 2009 as a 16-year-old. That came just 11 days after the Royals signed Cheslor Cuthbert. So the two of them have become very good friends. They met in instructional leagues in the Dominican Republic that November, and so there was no one cheering harder for Ramon Torres than Cheslor Cuthbert the other night. And guys, I learned something from all the Dominican players, guys like Bonifacio and also the Nicaraguan player like Cheslor Cuthbert. Nobody calls Torres Ramon. They call him Conejo. They had never heard him called Ramon ever. Conejo means rabbit. That is what all those guys have always called him. His mom, though, she may call him Ramon. And after the game the other night, his mother in the Dominican, Artagracias, couldn't have been happier about his big league debut.
Way to go, Joel. Joel, look, the kid stays around long enough, he'll hear a lot of less flattering names, I'll tell you that. If he stays in the game, the fans can be cruel.
Well, his dad's name is Ramon. And his pop called him immediately after that game where he had his first 2 major league hits.
Way to go.
You know, I always love to hear about a guy's call up, and Ramon told me that he was at the mall with Raul Mondesi, our young shortstop, when Brian Polberg called him to tell him he was getting called up, and he goes, I couldn't control myself. Right there in the mall, I wept.
Couldn't believe
it. There is a error on Eric Ibar.
That is a weeping moment, Fizz, a joyful weep. There's nothing better in baseball. They say there's no crying in the game. I don't believe it.
That's Tom Hanks.
But look at how fast this turf is. Watch this ball bite Ibar. I mean, it is so quick out there. I talked to Haas before the game. I said, Haas, that is almost like artificial turf that I used to play on. He goes, Hud, it's like a putting green out there. I mean, it's so fine, and you get topspin on that ball, it's going to roll through that infield if you hit in the right spot.
Here is Hosmer, who singled his last time up, drove in his 24th run, gave the Royals a quick 1-0 lead, then a single by Perez, and then a 3-run home run by Mike Moustakas on the first pitch he saw from Lamet.
You know, that homer that Haas hit yesterday, there was a runner on first base. So when you hit a high drive like that to the opposite field, there's really, you can't run the runner off. So he kind of just watched it, you know, because he didn't know where to go, and then it went out. That's the best kind of homer you can hit.
Ground ball, second base. They've got one, but they cannot get Hosmer, and then the ball skips into the stands. So 2 errors in this inning. Hey, Royals fans, StubHub is your ticket out to once-in-a-lifetime experiences, from Kansas City Royals games to amazing concerts to shows you just don't want to miss. StubHub connects you with the world of live. StubHub, your ticket out. StubHub is the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of the Kansas City Royals.
Sure, Ibar in his long 10-year, 12-year career now has had a game where he's made 2 errors in an inning. It's happened.
Didn't Bob Brenly make 3 errors in an inning playing third base when he was a catcher, and they moved him to third, and 4 for the game?
He might have a little injury issue here. Andy Green's going out of the field with his
Hervis
athletic
Solarte.
training. Yeah.
Yeah, it looked rather routine, but that perhaps on the plant.
Let's take a look at it. Yeah, Solarte. couldn't really tell. Let's see. It looked like they're looking at his lower half, his lower extremity that might be hurt, but he's going to stay in the game. Ibar just rushed the throw. And like I said, on that hard dirt, it hopped up over Myers' glove.
Let's check out our Academy leaderboards. Youngest to reach 100 home runs. Beltran, Butler, Mayberry, Hosmer did it earlier than Salvi, but he got number 100 in yesterday's win and now knocks this one foul. Because of the errors, the pitch count for Lamet is now at 51. 51 to get 8 outs. The Padres do not have a strong bullpen.
All the Royals want is the series. That's what they came here for. 2 out of 3. And you know, Fizz, one of the things of the many that impresses me with Salvador and many of his teammates on the Royals is when he hits home runs and he knows they're out of the ballpark, he does not flip his bat. He just runs and acts like he's been there before and done it. And I like that. That's classy. Uh-oh. He's feeling this side. Check it out. Okay, that's way out. Look at the bat. Okay, watch this one here. Okay, that's gone. Whenever he looks down, and look at that. Look at that bat flip, Fizz. Nothing. Respect for your opponent, your player, your teammate, and all that, and no one else behind you gets drilled. If anybody could flip a bat, it would be Salvi, but he doesn't. I love it. I'm sorry I blew up.
He's a little like John Riggins, who used to, after scoring a touchdown, just hand the ball to the official or put it down on the marker, and he says, just act like you've been there before.
That's right.
And Salvi has now been around those bases on home runs 100 times. It tells you the great job that the Royals have done scouting, because when the Royals signed him, he was not a top prospect coming out of Venezuela. Now he's become an all-star catcher.
A superstar player.
And he's the leading vote getter at catching position once again for all American leaguers. Fouled off.
2 swings ago, Fizz, I don't know, but I saw Salvi grab his side. Watch after this swing right here. High fastball. Watch what he does. Oh, that's rib cage area. That's not good. So he just took a swing there. He didn't grab it, but man, I'll tell you what, that's not good at all if he's going to have any of those issues.
To left field. Right there is Pirela to make the catch. The Royals threaten to, but do not score. 4-0 KC. To you by Missouri Lottery. Every ticket played gives back to Missouri schools, so play it forward with Missouri Lottery. By Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. And by Chevy Silverado, the most dependable, longest lasting full-size pickups on the road. Find yours at your local Mid-America Chevy dealer. That's just a little north of here.
Hey, that's beautiful right there, Fizz. The cliffs that they have here on this side of the country are beautiful. Now that Highway 1 drive all the way up the coast, you know, a lot of people.
Sur.
Yeah, all the rain they got this year washed out some roads, so it put it into that little vacation.
I know that's a shame because it's right in that Big Sur National Park, and it's one of the most beautiful drives in the world. But they had a mudslide, washed the highway. There's a swing and a miss by Lamet, and Junis just went right after him, makes quick work of him, and that's 2 strikeouts for Jacob.
Yep. Don't feel bad. They're tough to hit.
How about that swing?
Well, I've seen better swings on a gate, Fizz, but look, I'm nobody. I couldn't do that either now. Had a hard time then.
Back to the top of the order, and Perella, who singled his first time up. This guy has been on fire now, 10 for 19 since his recall. And he was tearing it up at AAA El Paso, hitting .331 with 13 home runs in less than 2 months.
Good to see Junis pitch with confidence. Those breakers are nice. Now you can get the pitcher on a breaker to look bad, but when you get a position player like this young man here to swing at that. Perella.
Oh man, another nasty slider.
You better off not even swinging. He's gaining confidence. He's, you know, that one at bat last inning where he fell behind 3-0 to lead off batter. He came back and got in and struck him out. I mean, that was a turning point for him.
And that was a big league slider right there. Perfect location. And now he will face Franchi Cordero. Well, he grew up in a family that loved baseball, and Jacob said his dad Jody was a huge part of his life. Worked with him from age 6 all the way up. Said Pop used every penny to help me along the way. Franchi gets under it. Kane says he has it. He does, and Junis with another 1-2-3 inning with a couple of strikeouts. cheap drive of the game. Let's go back to the first inning. Mike Moustakas.
Why not? First pitch, never seen the guy before, but you know a heater's coming, and Moose knows exactly what to do with a heater. Jump on the back underside, get some backspin, let that ball carry out, and give Junis a nice, comfortable lead early.
So Mike Moustakas with 16 home runs. That's the most by a Royal before the All-Star break since 2008. The Royals is a team now with 71 home runs. Lamet has not allowed a hit since Mike's 3-run blast. That'll find the seats eventually.
And a pair of hands.
San Diego has Mike played with such a severe pull with 3 infielders on the right side and the second baseman Solarte playing a strong safety position in shallow right, and Ibar he has the entire left side of the infield. Good off-speed pitch thrown by Lamet, and he gets the strikeout. Let's take a look at the University of Kansas Health System injury report update. And unfortunately, Hunter Dozier, former first-round pick on the DL for the second time. He only played 10 games with Omaha, and a hamate bone fracture. That usually what means 6 weeks, Hud?
Yeah, and you know what? That hamate, how they get that injury for hitters is pretty common because there's the knob of the baseball bat at the bottom.
Escobar out.
And when you're constantly twisting and turning, the bottom hand turns on that knob, and sometimes it'll fracture. Little hamates, little hook bone at the bottom of the wrist. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, you really wanted to see him develop because the Royals could use him in the second half.
Sure could.
But he lost time because of the oblique. Not time with the hamate. Here's Alex Gordon sending one high and deep to right and gone.
Sergeant Gordon hitting his second homer in a week's period of time. You love it. And that's a one-hander too. That's right, sir. I'm with you. Oh yeah, very nice solo shot. Let's see if that was a breaking ball or what. There it was, a little heater. Ooh man, I'll say a big heater at 95. Look at them. He just put a good easy swing on it. Let the pitcher supply the power.
And that was our Missouri Lottery Fox track. So 5-0 Kansas City, and a couple more home runs. They built at 5 yesterday and 2 so far today. They're the homer guys. Moustakas and Gordon, left-handers. So Jacob Junis will get his second at bat. Think he's taking here, swinging all the way.
You got to hack. You got to get that knock because you don't know when you'll get another opportunity.
Well, he's
Skoglund, he didn't get a chance. He couldn't make it to his first time up. Oh, good swing. Look at Alex saying that felt good. Moose said, hey, look, we need you, Alex. We got to have that production out of you, bud. Come on.
3-2.
Now this is the one you take a nice short quick swing on and hit it right back up the middle. Okay, don't try to overpower it.
Or walk if it's ball 4.
No, hit. Oh.
Rats. But a home run by Gordon, and the Royals now improve their lead to 5-0.
Ooh, Sergeant Rock. Way to nail it. A nice 4-run lead and cushion in the first inning, and he hasn't disappointed. He's fielded his position well. He's done. He's got 3 punch-outs. He's all of a sudden found some confidence and knows that his team is counting on him. With a lot of bullpen use in the first 2 games of this series, they need him to eat up some innings, and he's doing that. He's going to score some big points with his skipper, Ned Yost.
And he did exactly what you talked about, where he went, once he got through that first inning, then he was able to expand the strike zone with that slider.
Yeah, that's exactly what Dave Island wanted me to tell the people, was he needs to get ahead to expand, and then expand and stay out of the middle.
Well, they'll face Will Myers to start things after Gordon went deep for a 5-0 Kansas City lead. Myers flied out to deep left field, first time up.
So I'm telling you how important the runs are early for a young pitcher, really any pitcher. You, especially a veteran guy, you get 4 runs underneath you. Now he's got 5 with that Gordon from homer. Now you're not worried about one solo homer. You're not worried about missing in the middle of the plate. It helps you relax. Those runs mean a lot to him, especially today. They've got to get this game. Stay in here. Tester for Salvi.
Angles his body. That sun directly overhead. You can see the shadows at his feet, but he takes care of it. And are you looking for a Royal value? Try Family Fun Day Sundays at the Cape, presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Before the game, enjoy face painters and kids activities at the Outfield Experience, plus player autographs at Signature Sundays on top of the dugout. After the game, kids 14 and under can round the bases on the field like a big leaguer in the Kansas City Zoo Fun Run. Get your tickets at Royals.com/Sunday. Those are always a blast.
You see the fans here, the Royals fans? Oh man, I heard them big time yesterday in their game yesterday, and today too. They're here, wearing their colors, proud.
Now Solarte, they had to take a look at his leg after he hurt it, starting what was they were hoping would be a double play, but bad throw by Ibar. He stayed in the game. Another good pitch there.
Yeah, now that'll hurt.
Yeah.
Maybe he didn't hurt maybe that wasn't the foot that hurt, but when you foul a ball off your foot like that, you know what that feels like, don't you, Fizz?
Particularly when you foul it off the one that ate the roast beef.
That's right. And if you want to know what it feels like, Go out to your garage, get a hammer, and whack yourself. Okay, just one small whack, that's all. And that's kind of what it feels like. Get him out of there. Ooh, a changeup.
That's a good pitch.
He's thrown a couple of good, nice changeups here to Solarte. That was a beauty. Where was that? Fox tracks. Throws it. Ooh, that's where you want it. Can't do nothing with it. There you go.
Comes back with the hook, and he takes it looking. Boy, that's some pitching by Jacob Junis.
Very nice. Changeup didn't get him, but the little backdoor breaker did. Solarte, you got to go. Oh, yeah, way too close to take. All right, Junis is doing it. Plus, he's getting some early count outs. The pitch count, always a factor in the modern game today. But his breaking ball, he's starting to gain confidence with it now. He's making some guys look pretty awful with their swings.
And he only had thrown the curveball 4% of the time. That's obviously coming out of the bullpen and in his limited number of starts. But feeling more comfortable with that pitch, and boy, it's been a good one today. He's now past the 50 pitch mark as he tries to go a full 4. And that's good pitch efficiency for the young man. Spangenberg to center field deep. Kane back. And it's gone.
That's all right. It's going to happen when you got a lead like that. Just like I said, you're going to throw pitches in there and hope that you hit them to one of your fielders. But once in a while, you give the hitter some credit. That's a fastball that center cut right down the middle. He caught it perfectly. If he gets underneath it a quarter of an inch, he pops it out. But he got it. Second in his season this year. Second home run for him.
Now Matt Caesar goes first pitch curveball for strike 1. Barely missed inside.
Junis wanted that.
And he challenged him with the fastball. Pops it up. Moustakas in foul territory will grab it. Jacob does give up a home run, but the Royals still lead by 4. reliable outdoor power equipment. Find a servicing Steel dealer at steeldealers.com or search STIHL. And by Ford, going further so you can. Here's a look at the beautiful Torrey Pines golf course overlooking the Pacific Ocean.
It's a beautiful track.
Oh, man. 5-1. Kansas City has the lead as they head to the 5th inning of play. Top of the order up. Merrifield, Torres, and Kane.
Whitley does a nice job of staying in the middle of the field, and he hits the ball where it's pitched. He's a smart hitter. He's dropped down a little bit from he's hitting 300 back at the K, but his at-bats are still low.
There's a slider. And Hudda, I noticed on the left wrist of the catcher Torrens, he has, much like a quarterback, a little guide where he'll flip up to check out scouting reports on the Royals, because he's such a young catcher. If it's Merrifield, he might go throwing breaking balls low and away and hard stuff inside.
This organization is a firm believer in analytics. I mean, they are that is what they do. Spin rates, launch angles, all that stuff, the defensive shifts. That's where their organization is, and it's not a bad idea as the game continues to evolve. Now, we've also seen some outfielders this season reach in their pocket, pull out a piece of paper and look at it, and then put it back in their pocket, and that was some certain alignment, you know, a little alignment for a certain hitter. But typically you'll keep your eye on your infield or outfield coach in the dugout. They'll move you.
Merrifield to right center field. Caesar makes the catch, and there's one out. Parents, sign your kids up for Slugger's Blue Crew to get your little ones all geared up for the baseball season. This year's membership includes a Blue Crew jersey, flat bill cap, special edition earbuds, Royals eye black, 2 home game ticket vouchers, and much more. Membership is just $30. Join now by visiting Royals.com/Blue Crew. And here is Ramon Torres. Rex, one of the smartest catchers I've ever talked with is Jason Kendall, who works with our catchers. And I asked him, because Jason was raised by a catcher. Fred Kendall, his dad, outstanding major league catcher. And I asked Jason, how long were you in your big league career before you really understood all the aspects of catching? And he goes, immediately, 7 years. And I go, really? And he goes, oh yeah. And he goes, Steve, I'm talking about a batter's footwork, where he is in the box, where we can pitch him. Has it been vulnerable in the past? How you look at the video and implement it into the game. Up the middle, Ibar grabs it, quick toss, not in time. Infield hit for Ramon, or Conejo.
As long as it gets by the pitcher and you're a hitter, you're saying, all right, I like my chances. Now, could have hit the bag. It didn't. Ibar, he made a nice try on it, but Torres just beat it out. Yeah, because, you know, this is a game that it takes a long time. But you know what? The average life of a big leaguer is 4 years, just a little bit under 4 years. And you're lucky to play that long. Kendall was blessed. He paid attention to detail. He was tough physically. He would block the plate. The guy busted his ankle at first. He came back, and, you know, this guy, he's Jason Kendall.
But he always felt his #1 job was to work the pitcher rather than offense. Or
well, he's in a league by himself.
Yeah.
And that guy, he had it all. He could hit too. He could swing the bat. He got it. And that's why he's an assistant to Dayton. You want knowledge like that to be around. Somebody who, a quarterback.
Kane with a high drive, deep left center field. Perella says he has room, and he does. And Ramon Torres will have to wrestle back to first base.
Oh.
So knew he just barely missed it.
Oh, he did. Tell you, once you get that stroke down, you can become dangerous and stay hot for a little while. Hopefully Locane stays hot on the whole West Coast.
He has 3 home runs during this 4-game hit streak.
That's right.
Here's Hosmer, who's been hot. He now has 74 hits on the year. 14 for 32 now in his career at Petco.
Is that including the All-Star game? You can include that. I know it's an exhibition game, and it don't count on the stats. But I think you should. I think you should count them. Come on.
Yes, it does include the All-Star game.
Thank you.
Hosmer had that go-ahead home run,
Okay.
the MVP.
Oh!
And he belts one high and deep, and that one is way out of here. So he continues hitting well in his home away from home.
Unload the howitzer cannon. That's what it sounded like. Oh my, look at that fastball down and in. We rarely see Haas pull one like that, but since we were talking about his numbers here, time to add on to him. 2-run blast. Solid.
And Hud, you brought it up. I mean, here's the Hosmer celebrating the home run, but Drew Butera now swinging, and you talked about Salvi with that side on that one swing earlier.
Hope that's not what it is.
But Butera is on. Let's take a look at that home run swing to break, and boy, it was a mighty blast.
Oh, look at the head position there. Oh, that's number 7.
Perez, who took off the equipment. Drew Butera will now be the Royals catcher after Salvi went the first 4. Now with a 7-1 lead. Royals do have tomorrow off in San Francisco.
Yeah, let him have the rest of the afternoon off plus tomorrow, so he can be recharged and play the Giants at AT&T Park.
Ground ball right side. Hosmer has it. And he'll get to the bag before Eric Ibar, and there's 1 out. This is the inning where Jacob Junis had a little difficulty finishing the 5th in the 1 start in Minnesota, where all he had to do was get 1 more out and he would have qualified for the win.
Well, you know, he's got extreme confidence right now. He got a 6-run lead like that. That's important. And also he knows that he's facing a San Diego offense that's one of the worst offenses in the National League, if not the last in average, last in runs per game, last in on-base percentage. You know, they're a team that he knows he can beat, and that's what you want. You want confidence. And he's executed his breaking ball since the second inning. How's all pick it up? He's really finding that groove, that pitch, that release point.
Escobar. 2 outs.
Quick innings and to keep him in the game longer.
On June 22nd, Royals Charities will host the on-field gala event, Diamond of Dreams, with special guest Leanne Rhymes. The event is officially sold out, but you can still participate by bidding on exclusive silent auction items at diamond17.gesture.com. All of the money raised at Diamond of Dreams will benefit local military organizations. Well, we've got Cordoba, the batter. Valdez is warming up in the bullpen.
Cordova, he's 2 for 12 as a pinch hitter with one of those pinch hit homer.
He's another one of their 3 Rule 5 guys.
Cordova
made the roster. Valdez continues to warm. He'll be out there when the Royals hit in the 6th.
You know, when you see the pronunciation, it looks like Cordoba, but it's Cordoba. You got to get it right. You know, we got to say the name the way the player wants it to be announced. You're a pro at that. I'm not. I'm learning all the time.
Shallow center, but Kane can't get there in time, so Cordoba gets a base hit.
That's off the end of the bat. Nothing Low Kane could do.
Now Perella 1 for 2. Padres only have the 3 hits, one by Perella, the home run by Spangenberg, and now a soft single by Lamet. Good breaking ball. 0-2.
When Junis struck out Perella in the second time up on pitches like that, you'd think that Perella would stop swinging at him, but it looks awfully good coming out of his hand.
Throwing it again.
Stay with it.
He does throw it again, and this time Perella knocks it foul. Really good location of that pitch, low and away.
You know, this kid Perella, he won the Venezuelan Winter League MVP last year, so he's got some skills. And Junis is going to get him right here.
Got him with the breaking ball. He did not give up on that pitch, stayed with it, and he has struck him out. Royals to the 6th we go, which is our Sonic Slam inning. Our contestant is Lori Aldridge from Marshall, Missouri. If the Royals hit a home run out of the park in this inning, Lori, you get $100. But if the Royals hit a grand slam out of the park, Lori will win $25,000 from Sonic and the Kansas City Royals. Well, we had a winner yesterday because the Royals belted 5 home runs. They've now hit 9 home runs in 3 games of this series, and now facing Jose Valdez, who is our Chevy call to the bullpen. He had his worst game of his career yesterday, giving up 5 runs in only 1 inning. So let's see how he bounces back.
Second-year skipper Andy Green for the Padres. He knows the importance of getting a guy right back out there. Don't let him sit 2 or 3 days and lament on the poor outing. Get him back in there.
Moose hits it sharply, but fielded by Myers, who will come back to the bag and record out number 1. Valdez was part of that, well, the Kansas City's most prolific inning in 11 years. And they built in 3 home runs. Hosmer, Perez, and Kane all going deep.
It's pretty impressive. I watched the replay this morning and I got fired up, Fizz, and knowing coming in today how important this game was for these guys. Hopefully the offense would carry over, and so far it has.
19 runs the last 2. Escobar, looking to reach for the first time, has struck out and grounded out. This is his 1,005th game as a Royal. Breaking ball by Valdez and a swing and a miss by Escobar.
Valdez is a stuff guy. Now you're going to get hit at this league here at the highest level until you learn how to command the pitches out of the zone. He's got mid to upper 90s fastball, slider change. Look like a changeup right there.
Three and 1. Well, they claimed him off waivers from the Angels on May 10th. He has always been his command.
Well, you have a big arm. Some teams are going to give you a chance. Stay with you. You know, you've heard of a guy named Randy Johnson before.
Yeah.
Okay. Montreal Expos had him for 4 or 5 years, and they finally traded him to Seattle.
Things worked out there.
Yeah, he couldn't throw a strike either. Now he threw 100, but hitters were petrified. And then he went up there and he got some work from Nolan Ryan and a couple of big leaguers, gave him some tips, and he became a Hall of Famer. So if you have a big arm, teams will take a chance on it. I'm not saying they're going to be Randy Johnson. It's going to stay with him.
Well, just like we promised earlier in the game, it's Miller time, brought to you by Miller Lite. Why not feature Alex?
Oh, that was what we're talking about. He just trusted his hands and just put the head of the bat right on it and got some backspin out of here. Second homer in the week. Hopefully that's a good sign for him and he can heat up.
Ford's been getting on base. I mean, you go back the last 7 games, he's getting on base almost 40% of the time, whether it's a walk or a hit. Both of his home runs this last week. Good swing on that one. Jacob Junis hoping he can be next. And Gordon, that was his 23rd home run against National League teams. Most in Royals history.
Away.
Pulled to the right side. Solarte will throw out Gordon. He does it for Kansas City in the 6th. Junis will sit down, but he has a 7-1 lead.
Petco just received word from the Royals that Salvador Perez was removed from the game with left side tightness in his rib cage. Precautionary and not believed to be serious is the report from the Royals clubhouse and the training staff. So that should be good news. Off day tomorrow. Hey, you guys know Terrence Score is the fastest player in baseball, right?
Gore to score.
Gore to score. It's the slowest he's ever run around the bases. His first professional home run yesterday in Omaha, and it wasn't a cheapie. He got all of it. There's this smile for the kid who can steal base after base after base, and you will never, ever clock him running the bases slower than that. Congratulations to Terrence Gore.
Oh, way to go, man. Way to bring us that report. Did you
I didn't
see
do it.
him around second base? He looked awkward. It's like he's not used to a trot like that.
And you know what? He couldn't hold that smile in either.
No, congratulations, T. That's so good, man, Terrence.
Well, it's contagious. We told you the Royals with 9 home runs in this series, and now it's going down to the minor leagues in Omaha and Northwest Arkansas. Earl Mondesi hit a home run yesterday. Omaha lost that game 12-4, but Mondesi and Gore both going deep.
And I heard that in today's game, Terrence Gore was playing center field and he robbed a home run that was over the wall. So he's hot.
Cordero the batter, and he swings, pulls it to Hosmer. Eric will take it himself. 1 down. RBI Baseball 2017 returns with fast-paced pick-up and play Major League Baseball action on consoles and mobile. RBI Baseball is packed with your favorite teams, players, ballparks, and more. Learn more at RBIGame.com and get RBI Baseball today for Xbox One and PlayStation 4. There's a young Royals fan enjoying this 7-1 lead here in San Diego.
Michael Sweeney's was here yesterday, and he had his kids. And he has some young ones. They're beautiful.
Long throw by Moose, and they just do get Will Myers.
Moose has a lot of fans here, doesn't he? You can hear them. Those aren't boos.
He grew up north of here, just a little bit north of Los Angeles, but was one of the most storied high school players in California history as he set the high school home run record.
He's got his 16th today already. How about that? He might just close in on Steve Balboni's record. You never know. Long way to go.
Solarte has been on once with a walk, struck out looking, but that was Junis's only walk. But once he got through that first inning, he really put it together. Beautifully located fastball, but they say just a little bit low. The fact of the matter is, when he misses, he's barely missing. And then gets the breaking ball across. Kane is there. And the Padres are out, and Junis has gone 6. Boy, just what the doctor ordered.
Way to go, Jake.
You buy Dodge. Test drive a Dodge Challenger or Charger at the Dodge Drive and Discover sales event going on now. And brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors, for all for less. Steve Physiak, Rex Hudler, Joe Goldberg with you in San Diego at Petco Park. The Royals trying to take 2 of 3 in this series that starts in San Diego, then on to San Francisco, and then to Anaheim. Jake Junis will bat for the 3rd time. He has struck out twice, and he takes strike 1 from Valdez. I know he wants to get a hit, but he also might be thinking, you know, I just want to go back to the dugout, sit next to Dave Island, and figure out how do we get Spanchenberg, Caesar, and Ibar out.
But you can't.
Bottom half of the inning.
If you don't hack, you don't have a chance. He's got to swing.
If a pitcher doesn't hack, they won't send it back if he can deal, and he's dealing.
Yeah, you're important. He's got to pitch, because if you don't, forget about the hack. They'll send you back if you can't make your pitches. He's doing a good job right now. But I'm with you. If he takes a call 3rd and goes back to the dugout, that's okay.
And he does take one right down the middle. Well, it's time now for today's Sprint Trivia question. Name the only pitcher to win at least 20 games with both the Royals and the Padres. We'll give you the answer later in the game. Swing and a miss for Merrifield as Valdez has faced 4, retired all 4, and struck out a pair. The Royals with 4 in the first, 1 in the fourth, and 2 in the fifth. And all but 1 run provided by power. Witt to right field. Caesar. 2 out. Hey, Royals fans, if you can't catch a game on TV, you can stream games live on your mobile device. Download the Fox Sports Go app, log in, and stream the Royals.
Go, Esky. That away. Plenty of fans here. Matter of fact, I saw one fan wanted me to say hey to his 92-year-old dad, Gigi Rossi, or Rosie, however you pronounce it. Happy birthday. Torres will take another knock. He's only hitting 429 now. He wants to hit over 500. Fizz, he gets a hit here, he'll be hit over 500.
One for 3 today and 2 for 4 in his debut. That'll find the seats in foul territory.
You know, back at the K, when the day he made his debut, Torres, he was sitting at the table when I met him in the clubhouse, and Chester Cuthbert was right there next to him. They were just, you know, you could tell Chester was big brother in him, putting his arm around him, you know, just making him feel comfortable. And you need guys like that.
There's a line drive to left, but picked off by the left fielder Perella. The Royals go quietly in the 7th, but they own a 7-1 lead here in San Diego.
The Royals up 7-1 here. In the last final game, they get this game, they get the series, and head on up to San Francisco. 7th inning, Jake Junis is earning some points from Ned. I'm telling you, he looks good. He's struck out 5. He's going out for the 7th inning of work right here. His slider and curve have been really good. Excellent pitches tonight. He's making those Padres look like they're young like they are. Hey, but Junis is doing his job, and they pick up some slack and take it easy on that bullpen is what they want.
And Rex, he looks like a completely different pitcher than the one who started last Tuesday. Once he got past that first, he was really aggressive with all 4 of his pitches.
Yep, the run support helped him, but he's done a good job, and let's just hope it continues here and he can finish strong. And then I think he earned himself another start.
Absolutely. Well, our sprint trivia question was, name the only pitcher to win at least 20 games with both the Royals and the Padres. At first I thought 20-game winner, and I said, no, there's no way that, but it was 20 total games. So the answer is
did you
Edinson Volquez.
Oh, they tricked us, and I know what too, Fizz. They gave us the question so quick and answered it quickly so we wouldn't get it.
Yeah.
But that's okay. I know some fans out there got it, and it's for the fans. Everything we do is for the people.
No, you do some stuff for yourself.
Not very often.
Yesterday you were OP, own program.
Although I did rent a boat yesterday by myself. Had to go entertain myself, Fizz. You know, come on.
You had to take one for the team.
OP, own program.
There is no I in team, but there is an M and an E.
Hey, how about, let's see if Junis can get through this inning. That'd be really special.
He has really pitched great. And the only mistake he made, it really wasn't a mistake. He threw a fastball to Spangenberg with a, at the time, 5-0 lead.
Yeah, no, heck, he didn't make a mistake.
No.
Credit Spangenberg for hitting his 2nd home run.
So he starts him off with a curveball and just barely misses outside.
Just remember, there are no mistakes when you win.
A 2-0 count.
Winning cures all.
Spangenberg with a deep drive. Wow. And he has done it again. His 2nd solo home run in this game. That was some opposite field power.
Wow, Spangenberg, he's not messing around. He said, in case the first one you thought was an accident, I'll show you one there. He stayed inside of the ball with his bottom hand and caught the back underside. That was a beautiful stroke right there, Fizz.
Spangenberg had only 1 home run and 129 at bats coming into the game, and has 2 in 3 in this one. There's a pop up. Butera behind home plate makes the play. 1 out. And show your support for your boys in blue and Royals charities as you drive around town with a personalized Royals license plate. Reserve your customized Royals plate with a $35 donation to Royals charities. This offer is only for Missouri residents. To register, visit royals.com/license plates. Ibar, the batter, he's 0 for 2. Jacob has done an excellent job controlling the bottom of the order. They are a combined 1 for 6.
Solo shots don't typically hurt you. It's the 3-run bombs that do, and that's a very nice one that Moose supplied him with in the 1st inning, giving him a 4-run lead before Junis towed the slab today here. Wants to just go right ahead and continue to pound those outs, and the fact that there's not a Royals reliever up in the pen right now this type of day, oh, that makes Ned so happy. Because if you can give that bullpen 2 days off, they'll be good and fresh in San Francisco. Believe that. Nice play, sir. That's right. Give it to the kid. Let him have it.
And Junis' tempo has really been good.
Yeah, it is.
Just
he's
ready.
So,
I mean, he wants that sign
Fizz,
immediately from Drew.
You never played before, but you can tell by what you're talking about, his tempo, he looks confident. Okay, that's the body language that he's exuding. And so the competitors, the hitters in the San Diego Padres dugout, they're seeing the same thing. They're going, Wow, this guy looks confident.
Hosmer. Junis covering and 2 out. Best game as a major leaguer we're watching, and Luis Torrens will step to the plate. Big overhand hook. You know what, Hud, when you can get a first pitch curveball, boy, it can really own the at bat. And then Torrens gets a base hit to right field on a fastball.
Sure you can. Now, usually, I don't know the percentages, but after you throw get me over curve first pitch, lots of times they'll double up with it again. Since it's a field pitch, then you want to execute the same pitch. But keep up a base hit there.
So Chase Darno will be the pinch hitter. Boy, he's been with 3 different teams this year: Atlanta, Boston, San Diego. Keep your bags packed, young man. First pitch slider, strike 1. Highland checking with the bullpen as Junis pitch count is right now at 92. Royals with a 7-2 lead here in the bottom half of inning number 7.
One more hitter. Just get through it, Jake. We'll have scored some huge points with Ned.
Breaking ball has really been his best pitch.
So now if you throw that and you start it on the outside part and finish off and expand, that's what Dave Island means. Expand the plate with 2 strikes now.
He does, and strikes him out.
Jake, you were great. Nice job, man. bomb, a 3-run homer, his 16th on the season, 37th RBIs. That helped Junis a lot. 4th inning, Gordo says, hey, don't forget about me. I'll go deep for my second. There you go. And the second homer in a week's period of time. Opie Gordon heats up. Haas says, you know, I can't be outdone today. This is my yard. I own this yard. That was in the 5th inning. Haas went deep, his 7th on the season. And there we go. Just a few more outs away, and they can get on the bus and forget about us and get the series.
Well, we'll see the major league debut of Phil Maton, a 24-year-old right-hander out of Paducah, Kentucky. This is a guy who was passed by 30 teams. When he graduated from high school in 2011, they didn't draft him. They passed on him again after his junior year at Louisiana Tech, and the Padres drafted the right-hander at 597 overall in 15, and he's quickly developed into one of the game's really terrific minor league relief prospects, using primarily a high spin fastball. They say Maton has struck out 165 hitters in just 107 2/3 innings. So we'll see what he's got facing the middle of the Royals order in Kane, Hosmer, and Perez. And the 8th was a big inning for KC yesterday.
Yeah, you know, Maton, he's got a decent fastball. Locane was right all over it, though. It's going to be low to maybe 90, 93 miles an hour. Talked about his curveball. They like his spin rate, one of the new metrics out there. Changeup. It's aggressive with his fastball. Locane was all over. Now here comes the spinner. Nope. Stayed with the fastball. Up and away. Locane didn't want it. 4 for 11 in the series. He'll take that with a slam to go with it. The Royals' first of the season.
Good light to that heater.
A little bit of action to it. For an organization like the Padres, who are big on the analytics, spin rate's important, and there's his first strikeout in his career. Listen to the crowd. They like this kid.
Time for Arcia in the driver's seat. Eric Hosmer loving this ballpark. The Royals' 9-run 8th inning yesterday was their largest since 2006. They hit 3 home runs in the inning, including Kane's grand slam. And the 8th inning is where they've done much of their damage this year. Hosmer going to left field, but it stays up for Pirela, who fouls it and then makes the catch.
Padres in their military Sunday outfits. Every Sunday here they wear those camo jerseys and they salute the military who are right up the road here. And they got Navy, you've got Marines, Camp Pendleton, and all those youngsters up there taking in this beautiful day today at Petco Field. Excuse me, Petco Park.
So now Phil Maton will face Drew Butera, and he gets strike 1.
So, you know, these fans know that who their young players are, because they know that they're rebuilding here, but they're giving this kid some love. They've heard all about him. He's making his debut.
Yeah, last year was the Padres' 6th straight losing season. And then Butera hits one on the line, but caught by Cordero. Pretty good major league debut for Phil Maton. You can see what the Royals have done visiting to the Bay, and it's their first trip there since the 2014 World Series. They're averaging 3.5 runs per game. Are the Giants, who are 25 and 39 and trail the Rockies by 16 entering the game. And on Tuesday, after we have a day off tomorrow, Vargas will match up with Ty Block, one of their top prospects, and then Hamill goes on Wednesday afternoon. Johnny Cueto, former Royal, who's part of our championship 2015 team, will be there for San Francisco. So Junis comes out for the 8th inning. We thought he might be done after 7. And he throws a first pitch breaking ball to Perella, who is 1 for 3. Junis has allowed 5 hits, 2 runs, both solo home runs by Spangenberg.
I thought for sure that it would let Alexander come in here, but if he's on a roll, let him stay right there. Look at that. If anything, Alexander can just get his work in. I imagine he'll probably pick him up in the 9th. Depends on what happens in this inning here. If anybody gets on, they might go to him. Yeah, that's going to find a hole. And more.
So Perella stays hot. Hitting 500 this year for the Padres.
So 3 solo home runs, and that will not do it. So Ned says, fine job, young man. Take the rest of the afternoon off and tomorrow. Nice outing.
Lead over San Diego. Jacob Junis going 7 solid innings, but gave up 3 solo home runs. But Royals can hang on. He did a great job today, and Scott Alexander now comes out of the bullpen to try and quiet the Padres.
Yep, nothing wrong with his numbers at all. 183 opponent average, 1.53 ERA.
And he pitched great the other day, going 2 1/3 innings of shutout baseball.
Sure did. Now he loves that sinker, man. That sinker is a beautiful weapon when you can execute it down in the zone like he does. Just 2 pitches, sinker, slider. That's all you need.
How about that? Rusty Kuntz picking the lad up. Ian Kennedy over there.
Yeah, they're reinforcing the positive right there. Kennedy's saying, hey, young man, good job. That's outstanding.
He only walked 1, struck out 6.
And that's what you're talking about command. He did exactly like Dave Eiler wanted to do. Get the heater in, get ahead, and then expand outside of the zone with his secondary pitches. And his secondary pitches were off the shelf today. I mean, dropped right off the table.
And I beg your pardon, and Scott went 2 2/3 innings on Friday. That was his season high. Stranding the bases loaded in relief of Eric Skoglund in that second.
No, but he can feel good, especially if they come away with this win.
Yeah, he had his only major league win in relief. That was in Tampa when he shut out the Rays in the 11th, and Kansas City scored in the 12th in the game.
So you walk guys, and those 3 solo shots end up into 2 and 3 run homers, and that's what hurts you. So his command was outstanding.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Cordero just 22 years of age. Great slider, struck him out.
Batting right where you wanted him. Look where he's missing. Everywhere but in the middle. That's the whole idea about pitching. And they call it pitching. Not throwing, they call it pitching. Good spots.
Now Alexander will face the right-handed bat of Will Myers. Myers 0 for 3. He'll fly out, pop up, and ground out. Will was the 2013 American League Rookie of the Year with Tampa Bay. Had a career season last year, hitting 28 home runs and also stealing 28 bases. You know, fans, every time the Royals turn a double play, the next day McDouble sandwiches are only $1 at participating McDonald's in the greater Kansas City, St. Joseph, and Lawrence locations. Alexander dealing and striking out Myers. He's faced 2, struck them both out.
He's filthy. Yeah, that's his breaking ball there. Beautiful. Nice execution.
Royals missed him when he hurt his hamstring. Great to see him come back and pitch like this.
Look at that grip now. Okay, that grip there, that's one of the sinker ball grips that he told me it took him a long time to get command with. He's using it. And it's just a natural.
Almost like he doesn't need another pitch.
No, you just throw that. That's all you need. If you got a good sinker, that's it. Seth Maness, that was here for a little bit last month, has a good sinker. He's a sinker slider guy, but his pitch wasn't sinking. He needed more time to kind of get that thing working.
And this is a power sinker.
Oh,
93, 94.
It's heavy. When your sinker doesn't sink and you're not, you know, in low to mid 90s, they sink it out in the outfield and over the fence. They'll hit it.
And the Royals have another lefty rehabbing down in the minor leagues, and Brian Flynn, who has good stuff. With the way Alexander and Minor are throwing, and Wood throwing much better. Scott had him down in the count, let him back in, and then walked him. Just the second walk by Royal pitching today. Junis had one in his 7 innings of work. And here is Spangenberg. He is in real trouble for Junis, belting 2 home runs, but he has not faced the lefty Alexander. And the one duel they had was on Friday, and Spangenberg got a single up the middle off Scott. One and one. Scott has been unscored upon in 17 of his last 20 outings. And that goes back to last August 31st. During that time, he has a sparkling 1.14 ERA. In there, 2-2.
Fans thought that was high. Did you hear him?
And you know, they have much better view than the home plate umpire, Carlos Torres.
I don't think so.
Guy in row double Z is screaming.
Get rid of him right here.
He does. Alexander strikes out the side.
That's right. Good morning. Good afternoon. And good night.
Thursday, the world's greatest players battle to be crowned America's champion in golf's can't-miss major of the year. The 117th U.S. Open begins Thursday on Fox, FS1, and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. Here in San Diego, Steve Physiak, Rex Hudler, Joe Goldberg with you, and Joe will be along with our post-game show. Royals trying to close it out and maybe add a little more runs against Jose Torres, who is a 23-year-old lefty out of Venezuela, signed with the A's in 2010, traded to San Diego with Drew Pomerantz in a deal that brought Yonder Alonso and Mark Sepchinski to the A's. Well, Mike Moustakas, he's the guy who really did most of the damage against Lamet with a 3-run home run, an absolute blast into the seats and way back right field.
Moose going to see a left-hander 92 to 96 with that cut fastball, curveball, and a changeup. When he's on Torres, he's a ground ball pitcher.
Pitched yesterday against the Royals, gave up 2 hits. Home run. Strike in there, 1-1. Lefty's only batting .217 off of Torres. then Mike goes opposite field and deep. And that one is gone. A home run for Moose, his second of the ball game. The Royals with 10 home runs in this series. Wow.
Woohoo! That was a line shot. And I gotta believe you could hang a week's worth of Goldberg's laundry on that one, Fizz. Look at this. Now, Moose not messing around. He likes to pull him. But if you're going to give him some high cheese, go with him. Oh, just snuck over. Fan had the ball all the way, knocked it back in. But you know what? Moose will take that. 17th homer.
4th home run of the day. Now Escobar, who takes inside, and Esky got his first of the year yesterday. High fastball that he launched out. 2 home runs, 4 RBIs. Now 17 home runs and 38 driven in this year.
Is as hot as this offense is, let's call San Francisco and play tomorrow.
Escobar down the left field line, foul.
Let's play. Why take tomorrow off? Well, Mondays and Thursdays are their off days, and they'll take them. They don't have many of them.
Yeah.
But you know what? When they're hot, they want to keep them going. Look at Alexander got the bat in his hand. He wants to hit. He got an AB in the first game on Friday.
Well, he's going to hit because Moose hit one out.
And there's nobody out here.
Yep. And he's hitting 3rd in the inning, and that was a hit to right. And Caesar will make the catch for out number 1. Fans refreshing saves from Price Chopper and Aquafina. Sign up at mypricechopper.com to save on Aquafina when the Royals get a save. Lefty Wood warming up. Alexander saying, wait a second, I want a bat. And he has gone to the on-deck circle. So Travis, just relax. Scott's going to take care of business.
Travis has 9 career home runs.
I know it. That's the guy you want to see. Gordon belted that home run in the 4th. Royals now with 74 home runs this year. They hit 147 last year, and they're halfway there. Gordon pulls it to the first baseman Myers, and he'll tag first before Gordon gets there. So 2 down, and comes Scott Alexander. He has a bat in his hand, so he's dangerous.
That's right. El Presidente Dennis Martinez, great pitcher in his day. He always would say, it doesn't matter if you have a bat in your hand. It doesn't matter if you're a pitcher or a whoop. A guy can hurt you.
Scott looked like he was bailing on that
He
one.
was bailing a little. Now he's starting to get a little taste of his own medicine. Basing the lefty, but go ahead and just slap at one. Maybe you find a hole. Looking for his first career knock. There you go. Don't hurt yourself now.
There you go.
He stepped. They call that stepping in the bucket right there. No problem. You know, pitchers, they don't get to swing the bat. Never. Scott didn't take any BP.
Nope.
Only starting pitching. Look at him. He's got a little bat movement now. I like it. Yeah. You get a little bit. I see when you move the bat, you know, you're a little bit more relaxed, a little more loose. But when you got a big lefty throwing 95 at you, it's a little different story. And now he's telling himself, I'm going to pretend like I'm Will Clark right now.
Little bat wiggle.
Yeah.
Oh. Scott might be saying, where would that one miss? Looks relaxed.
Yeah, top hands are moving.
Made contact.
Yeah, he did.
Got thrown out, but still. Way to go, Scott. Mike Moustakas goes deep. Royals lead 8-3.
(8-3) Royals leading and 3 outs away from a series win here in San Diego. Joe Goldberg down by the visiting dugout, and coming up after the game, gonna have to talk about an incredible rookie performance on the mound as Jake Junis looking for his first big league win as a starter, plus home run derby. The Royals started it yesterday and they picked right up where they left off and got it going again today. That will get you ready for the Giants series and much more coming up on Boulevard Royals Live. Guys, I got to tell you something. The laughs and the smiles throughout that whole Scott Alexander at bat in the dugout were priceless.
Yeah, it was fun to watch, and he made contact. Did ground out, but he made contact.
Well, and
as you
we
said,
were laughing too.
He wasn't even taking any swings because relievers don't.
Right.
So that's pretty impressive.
No, we were laughing with him,
no
not
question.
at him. Yeah, no, because it's so tough. You know, these hitters, you know, they take batting practice every single day, and the pitchers, they throw because that's what they do. They don't have to hit the American League.
Alexander struck out the side in the 8th after taking over for Jacob Junis. And there is a foul ball struck by Matt Caesar, so he's down in the count 0-2.
You know what we've learned though, being here, is the San Diego Padres have a lot of young talent, and maybe in 5 or 6 years from now, when they get it handed to them and they learn the ropes, they could become a championship caliber team, just like the Royals. You never know. I like their catcher. He's got a chance. Austin Hedges, 24 years old. I like their second baseman, Solarte. Cordoba looks good. Cordero. And that new young closer, Maton. Yeah, they loved him. He looked good too. But the crowd, man, they really came up when he went out there and got some outs.
Alexander had Caesar down 0-2. And then Caesar with a ground ball to Mike Moustakas, who throws him out. Royals trying for their 28th win of the year. They started the day in 4th place in the American League Central, but only 6.5 games back of Minnesota, who had won 3 in a row. There is Ibar, who is 0 for 3, all 3 times rounding out to the right side.
Now, Fizz, how does the interleague work? Like, we won't come back here for what?
3 years.
Okay.
We were here in 14.
All right.
Nice backhand by Moose. Oh, he's got good hands.
Oh, pick and grin, Moose.
It's real easy, Hud. All you have to do is go, okay, 3 divisions in the National League. You keep rotating them. 1, 2, 3, and then you start over.
So that means every 3rd year.
Yeah.
Thanks, partner. Pretty simple addition, but I flunked math. Here we go. First hot. Not a 3-run bomb. I can get that one. Play of the game. A Honda. Oh, get on it and ride and drive it out of the park. Nice play by the fan out there who made the catch on the fly. But I tell you, those 4 runs that Junis got in the 1st inning, that was huge. Look at Moose. Stay hot. Make them all.
And he does, and the Royals win the finale on Sunday, 8-3, the final score. Jacob Junis, with his first win as a starter, was terrific for 7+ innings. And the Royals scoring 20 runs in the last 2 games here in San Diego, nailed down both victories.
Yeah, buddy, believe it. This is where they're heading up north now to San Francisco. Stay hot. Haas is hot, and Moose and Kane.